Hey, I'm Dave Eckert from Eckerts Rod and Custom. We built this car back in 2012. You may remember it was a SEMA winter car, and we just happened to have it back here 12 years later. And customer brought it back. We did little upgrades for him, change out the gauges. He had some trouble seeing the gauges we had in there. They looked cool, but they weren't super, you couldn't read them really well, especially at night and stuff. So technology's come a long way since in the 12 years, so we changed that up. Changed up some of the interior. We had some real suede in it. It faded, so we changed it back to red leather interior. Upgraded the hubcaps. They were just a moon dish before, and I was never really happy with them, so I wanted to redesign them and kind of give them a little bit more of an OEM look, so that's what we did there. But a lot of people know about this car. A lot of people don't know about this car. This car is featured in Gran Turismo, so a lot of people know it from gaming. It's been in there for the past, I guess, 5 years or so now. It's been in Gran Turismo. So it's a fun car, unique car. There's only one in the world. This is it. We started out with a 69 Mach 1. Everybody says, oh, it's a rebody GT or something like that. It's not. It's a hand-built car. We had used about 10% of the original Mustang. We used the roof line, the door jambs, the outer skin, so we could retain the seals and stuff. There's a stock rear glass, a stock front glass with a trim. We did use the stock headlights, surrounds, if you will, here. That way we could use stock headlights and all that stuff. It is a stock Mach 1 grille, but there's two of them put together there to create the width. The car is roughly, I want to say it's about 6 inches wider. I forget exactly what the dimensions were on it, how far we did it, but it is definitely wider. Bumpers are Mustang bumpers, heavily modified. None of this trim is stock. It's all custom made. The hood's all one-off piece made. Fenders all been modified. Proportionally, they've been changed. We added length in the side here, took away some length in the front here. Same way with the quarter panels. They're all scratch built. I mean, this resembles the Mach 1, but it's all been made bigger to get more airflow into the engine compartment. Same deal, proportions been all changed. We had to change it all in order to get the cockpit big enough for the owner to fit in there and also get the weight distribution and the motor in the right position in the car. So the one thing that is stock on it, and it's stock from a 2006 GT supercar that Ford built. We used the motor and the ZF 6-speed transmission. The motor we did hop up. I think stock they were right around 500 horsepower or something like that. So we installed a 4-liter Whipple supercharger. We did dual Lamborghini throttle bodies, and it has all upgrade injectors and that source on it. Other than that, the internals of the motor itself is stock. So it pushes out around 800 horse on pump gas. You can get close to 1,000 on E85. So, and it runs on any blend in between. The computer's tuned, so whatever percent of alcohol in it, it'll self-tune it for it. There's a lot of engineering in this car. People look at it and say, oh, it's a cool mid-engine, but you know, it's a prototype and it had to work right off the get-go. So you can see the way this is designed back here. This is all designed to get air out of the car. It comes out. These are intakes here. So this is to get air in the car, the side intakes. Now these are also all controlled by the computer system, and it has a Motec 8 system in it, which controls these. So these will shut down roughly about 100 miles an hour, a little over. You can program it to whatever. We have it set up about 100 miles an hour. The reason for that is at 100, you're starting to get enough air underneath the car that it sucks it out the back, no problem. But when you're just cruising around town, you need these open to get the airflow underneath there, so it just goes right out the back. The other thing is kind of unique on it, this here. This is actually a functional wing. It's also programmed in the computer. 60 miles an hour, this pump up, put some down pressure on the back end. The other unique feature is you can manually open this, and it's a quick release, which I can show you a video later. The air intake is all in there for the motor itself, so you can get right to the air cleaner, all that stuff pretty easily by just opening that up. Mirrors look like Mach 1 again, but they're all hand built. They're bigger in diameter to fit the proportions of the car. They're all power activated and all designed to look like the car. People say, why didn't you shave the drip rails and get rid of the put flush mount glass in the trim? The deal with this car is we wanted to look like it was built in 1969, like it could have been a 1969 prototype. The owner of the car really liked the 69 Mach 1 Mustang. So we didn't want to make it look too modern. We wanted to make it look like a Mustang still. And it would be so costly to reproduce all this stuff. So why not use the stuff on here? I mean, it's easy to take the stuff off and smooth it out and make it look good, but it's a little more work to retain all that stuff and keep it all on there. Same with the door handles and the locks. It does have power locks, air conditioning, everything's power in it. But again, we wanted to keep it all 69 looking. So all the side glass is all custom made in the car. The front glass is fine, the back glass is original, but the side glass had to all be made because this whole roof section is sectioned down into the body. So all this changed, the angles and everything on it. So we had to do all that. If you look at the door jambs, you can see where we kind of retained some of the stock Mustang. So we used a lot of stock Mustang here, widened it all in here, changed the pillars. The pillars are all hand built, but it looks like it could have been an OEM car by using all of the stock Mustang door jambs. It also aided in sealing the car. The car seals really tight, so everything's nice and tight, just like it would be a factory car. Everybody always say, what's under the hood? So I'll show you what's under the hood. That's what's under the hood. So we have the fuel tank, we have extractors for the radiator, which every one of these fins is a different style, or a different shape, I should say, to deflect the air up and over the car. So it really adds a lot of downforce on the front of the car. The car is capable of going around 210, 220 miles an hour. I've never had it going that fast. Personally, I only had it going 175, 176. Handles, sticks to the road really good, no problems there. That compartment is the storage compartment. And that's what we have. That's your storage. Not much. Just like a Ford GT would have. The other thing is unique on it. If you look at it, we kind of hit them a little bit. But if you look at it, there's a ground effect on the car. And what we did an air splitter around the whole car. So if you look at it, it has this little black splitter all the way around. And what that does, it keeps the air from rolling underneath the car and giving you lift. So by just having that little splitter there, it just interrupts the air enough where it keeps it down where we wanted to keep it. And so, I mean, we could put bigger stuff on it, we could have done everything else, but again, it's a car built to be driven. The whole concept behind this car was the owner wanted an American-made supercar. So he wanted, you know, he loved the Ford GT, he loved the Mach 1, and he wanted to combine the two and make it into, if Ford was able to build an American supercar similar to the Mustang, what would it be? This was what we came up with anyway, our interpretation. And so it's kind of a cool car, kind of a fun car. Thought you guys might enjoy hearing about it and seeing some updates on it. So that's about all we got for now. Thanks.